Hello, fellow travelers. I'm Nomad Jim, a retired minimalist solo full-time slow traveler. Thanks for stopping by. If you're going to be traveling outside of your country, you're going to need one of these, a passport. So in this video, I'm going to discuss different tips you can use to ensure that you manage your passport safely while you're traveling. So let's get started. So the first thing is, where do you keep your passport while you're traveling? Well, for me, I have a holder that I use for keeping my passport in it. And you see inside here, looks like that. And it has RFID protection. Now, I don't know how necessary that really is, but if you're going to be keeping it in some kind of a holder, you might as well have RFID protection, right? So that's what this one does have. So I keep it inside this holder, and then I keep that inside my backpack. So you keep it inside some hand luggage or something that you keep with you when you're traveling, when you carry it on the plane or wherever it is that you're going. You definitely do not want to put it in your checked luggage. So where do you keep your passport when you're at your destination? Well, if you're going to just be going out and about in the city, then I usually don't take it with me. I leave it back in the hotel or the apartment wherever I'm staying. And if I'm staying in a hotel, I'll put it inside the hotel safe that's in the room. Or if you have some kind of luggage that is lockable, you could also put it inside there. If you're going to be going outside the city, say you're going to be going on a tour or just taking a day trip outside the city, then it's a good idea to take your passport along with you. So what if your passport gets lost or stolen? Well, it's a great idea to have a backup copy of your passport available to you. And you can do this a number of different ways. In the past, what most people would do is to simply make a paper copy of their passport and keep that in some other location away from where they're keeping their passport. But I think that's kind of an outdated way of doing it. It's a lot easier now to do it electronically. So you can do this in a number of ways. One would be to take a picture of it and then keep that picture on your phone. Another way to do it would be to scan it and have a PDF copy, which then you can keep on your phone as a screenshot, or keep it on your laptop, your iPad, somewhere where you keep documents so that you can access it from there. So what would you do if your laptop or your phone, where you're storing that electronic copy of your passport, gets lost or stolen? Well, in that case, it's good to have another type of a backup. And what I've done is, in my email, I create a draft document and then I attach a PDF of my passport so that it's sitting there in that draft document. I don't ever send it. It's just sitting there as a draft document. So anytime I'm anywhere in the world, as long as I can get on a computer someplace and access my email, then I can go to my draft documents folder and that document will be sitting there with the PDF copy of my passport sitting there as well. So it doesn't matter whether my phone is no longer available, lost or stolen, or my laptop. As long as I can get onto my email in some way, then I can access that copy of my passport. So now I'd like to share with you a practice that I always use on travel days to make sure that I've got my passport with me and I'm ready to go. So what I do is I touch my passport before I leave to go to the airport. And the reason that I do that is because I had an experience that taught me that I needed to do something like this to make sure I had my passport with me. So one morning I was getting everything together, packed and everything so I could head to the airport, and I looked inside my backpack and I saw my passport holder. So I said, okay, I've got my passport, I'm good there. And I made sure everything else was in its place and everything was packed, and I headed for the airport. So then when I was at the airport, I'm standing in line waiting to check in. And so I said, okay, well, I better get my passport out. So I'm ready to give it to the agent when I get up to the desk there. So I opened up my passport holder and there was no passport in it. And I thought, where in the world is my passport? So I frantically started digging through my backpack, and down in the bottom of one of the pockets, I found my passport. It was sitting in there. So apparently the last time I had used the passport, maybe when I had first arrived at this location I was now leaving from, I never put it back into my holder. I just left it in the bottom of that backpack pocket. So I forgot about it. I didn't realize that it was still there. So I assumed when I saw the holder sitting there in my backpack that, oh, the passport's inside there, but it wasn't. So that's why I always make sure I open it up and I make sure the passport is inside there. I touch it with my fingers to make sure it's real, it's there, and then I'm ready to go. So these are my tips for managing my passport when I'm traveling. What tips do you have? Please share those down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, let's get out there and travel.